waiting.
I said 10.
Topic time. It's topic time.
I love that's all they hear. Also, like live, I'm waiting.
Topic time!
I'm sorry. No, I'm
You
kidding.
know what, Brad? Come on. You had one job, and this is topic time, guys. And today we're going to be talking about, does DC Comics have a plan for DC Rebirth? Do we have a plan for topic time? The answer to both those questions is no. So the reason we came out with this topic is actually Mike showed us a video in our chat that we talk on, and is, didn't the New 52 have a plan? And I think there's definitely regards to saying no in some respect, and then they're like, let's do DC Rebirth. And I think originally they did, and it was very much connected to Doomsday Clock. And now that Doomsday Clock has been so delayed, other writers have done different stories that do not connect to Doomsday Clock. So now it's all up in the air. And I think DC is back in the space they were in the late New 52. They don't know what they're doing. And again, I might be totally wrong. Obviously, this is speculation. Maybe they do have a complete battle plan. But from the release schedule, it just doesn't seem like they know what direction they're being thrown at. And also the way they treated Wally was this big hope, like light. And I think Wally is actually the symbol of where DC's been going and how they treated their storylines. But let's go
about Wally West.
We don't, right? But let's go to Mike first, because you did watch that video. Do you think DC's kind of getting in that same rut that they did, except with less books?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when it came out with the New 52, everyone was on board with it. And then, you know, just things kind of spiraled out of control, and then creators kind of were confused on what to do with the characters because the continuity wasn't there anymore. Their sales start to plummet. They were really far behind in the sales, and then you know, they tried to cover it up for a little bit by getting creators to, you know, get more creative with things. And then eventually they had to bring it back with the idea of Rebirth. And now Rebirth we have where it just brought back all that continuity, right? So it got creators excited again. It got readers excited again. And like you said, Kat, with the whole thing with Doomsday Clock, now we have this issue where it was delayed. And I think you're right, again, that a lot of stuff revolved around it. And I think eventually it's going to get to that point because, you know, Shazam has been delayed. Other books are delayed. And I just don't think they have a clear direction. Now, DC will sit there and say, well, Rebirth was part of our plan the whole time. It was our our plan to end at issue 52. And this is our plan now for Rebirth. And I don't know. I think it's kind of, they are falling in that same rut because I personally find myself not reading as many DC titles as I used to when Rebirth first came out. It's not the same thing as it was once.
No.
So, yeah.
Not,
what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. And yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm not reading as many DC. And I feel like because of those delays with Doomsday Clock, especially because that was kind of the thing. It was like Rebirth came into existence because there's this plan. You're involving Watchmen, you're involving Dr. Manhattan. That's kind of the thing. So they were hinging a lot on that. And when that got delayed so much that they had to kind of play an audible, and they had to kind of figure out, okay, we can't wait on this anymore because all these stories, we can't just stop publishing books. We got to do something. And I think they had to kind of figure out what to do with them in the meantime. Some of them we got like filler stories. They come up with this Year of the Villain thing to try to buy some time, and then it's just still not enough. So I don't think they know exactly where they're going either, or, you know, how exactly to fix this, because things have changed so much that are contradictory to what Doomsday Clock is playing out, that it almost feels like this separate thing, that it doesn't tie in, as cleanly as it did. Yeah.
Do you think that when it came to Batman, they sat there and said, well, this Doomsday Clock might be getting delayed or whatever it is. Let's make Batman tell a love story. I mean, it's a perfect stalling type of story.
It is. Right?
I mean, it doesn't really affect Batman all that much, this whole Tom King run. It's kind of buying it time, right? Yeah. So you think that plays a part in it?
Yeah, I think it all plays a part of it. I think a lot of things are in limbo. And I think honestly that's what the whole Year of the Villain thing is. It's like this long sidetrack to distract you from the fact that they don't know what they're doing.
Honestly,
Right.
I think
That's
it's
what I
not
think.
even. Oh, I was gonna say not just Year of Villain. I was gonna also add that it's also Leviathan. Every single event they've done, Heroes in Crisis is the
Exactly.
same exact thing. But sorry,
Yeah,
Chris.
that's a
You
good
know,
point.
I feel like they're just doing little mini events to shield. I don't think they have a direction. New 52, I don't believe that they were going to end it at the 52nd issue. I believe they saw that fans were leaving. Fans were walking out of their panels when they came to the Q&As. I mean, there have been rumors and people floated and all
I think
things
Dan Didio
floated out
said
everywhere.
it. He
Dan
said
Didio
it
did
with
say
Rebirth.
it.
Yeah, he
Yes.
said that.
He said that people were walking out. That's why. It was never a plan to go to 52 issues. They just decided, okay, people are theorizing we're going to 52 issues, so we'll go to 52 and then do Rebirth. And then Rebirth came and everybody was happy, and then it's like, oh,
Where's this going?
so what's next?
Yeah.
What are we going to do next? And it's like, okay, Doomsday Clock. Oh, crap, Jeff Johns is running late. Okay, Heroes in Crisis. And then, okay, everybody hated that. Make a series to fix that. But the year of the month of the villain was great. Let's take that idea and stretch it out for 12
Yeah.
months.
And there's so much being put on the bill on the dartboard. But a good question is, has DC changed that much since New 52?
No.
Besides Superman
No.
and Wally coming back, those are the only two changes. We're still in the New 52. If you haven't noticed, this universe is still the New 52.
Yes,
It's just a new name.
Cyborg was still part of the Justice League. They just literally they snowed over all the past.
Yeah.
And they just moved forward.
It's like Dan Didio's like in his office twirling his mustache. Ha ha ha! Fooled you all.
And what do you think? And what do you think of the absence of certain books? That has to deal with it too. Like, do you think that they're waiting for Doomsday Clock to end to release these books that have been missing all this time?
But what about to bounce off of that a sec, Mike? What about the books like Nightwing, where Dick is not Nightwing right now?
Yeah.
He's somebody completely different.
Stalled.
It's stalled. It's completely stalled out. I mean, we lost a few books that were stalling out the same way. We lost Titans. We only have Teen Titans, and even that looks like they're falling apart.
And Michael's character,
Green
Arrow,
Arrow's
right,
gone.
Mike?
Green Lantern, what the hell's up with that? What's up with Green Lantern?
Perfect way to do a sidetrack and distract you is have Grant Morrison do a book.
Or have Brian Michael Bendis write like 10 of them.
Yeah, and again, like that's the only two important books that feel like they're out. I mean, Justice League, sure. I personally don't read it, but Justice League is a big book. And then you have Batman, which has been stalled, and Superman, which also feels like it's been stalling forever. And it's just like even big books that come out, like issue 1 of Legion of Superheroes, like we're ready. Legion, we've been waiting. Oh, the Legion of Superheroes aren't in this book? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and whoever is from the Legion is somebody completely different, but yet the same. Different person, same.
It's
like
the New 52 all over again.
Yeah.
It's like lost. I don't even want to.
Yeah.
I'm not reading Legion of Superhero issue 1. I hated Millennium issue 1.
If you guys want to check out in the sections below, maybe we'll put it in the comment section in the description below of the link that I found this video of the New 52 and what it was, the rise and fall of it. We could leave that, and it's pretty cool. And the sources are legit. It's not some person that came up with their own theory. It's actually creators who stated their own opinion, their own facts of how they were treated during this time. And so it was a quite interesting video. But I want to hear Michael's thoughts. Like, what are you reading, Michael, in DC right now? Or are you not reading anything in DC?
The only thing that I'm reading in DC as of right now is Red Hood Outlaw.
Teen Titans.
Yeah, the Teen Titans. Not that many other books. I dropped Justice League Dark because
You dropped that stroke too, right?
that book was just going. I don't know where it was going. Green Arrow ended.
But they're restarting that soon.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah, but they're gonna restart that, and hopefully it'll be good for that. That's all I can really think of. There's not that many DC books. When the New 52 was out, I remember reading a couple of books from there. And
Right.
there's more
Rebirth,
books to choose from. Like the one thing that I was really excited about DC Rebirth, and I think they kind of dropped the ball. I mean, I'm sorry, what I liked about New 52 and they dropped the ball with Rebirth is that, you know, remember that press thing they had. I think it was at WonderCon. You're like, oh, they're going to announce so many books. You're like, okay, like it's a few books, but they'll announce more later. And they never did. Like there's not a lot of new books out, but with New 52, every week you had a new exciting book out. And it was just like, even though like if you didn't even like the New 52, which a lot of people didn't, at
You
least
tried it
like,
out.
You tried it out and it was exciting again. You're like, oh my God, look at all these new books. It's new and it's crazy.
It got me into DC Comics because I didn't really know the history. So to, I guess, put a positive spin on the New 52, it just got new readers on board with these comic books. And that's what it did for me. It got me familiar with that universe. But then it just came to a point where it was stupid. You know, it just got dumb at the point. You know, Bat Bunny, you know, remember that whole thing with Commissioner Gordon? You know, you had stuff like that. And it's just like Superman having his cape around his fists, like, you know, there was that nonsense. So
oh, you mean that statue that I have on my Superman shelf over there? I had to. It was a New York Comic Con exclusive. Shoot me.
Man.
So I'm going to ask this to you guys because I'm just curious. Like, so now that we're into this DC Rebirth thing and we kind of don't know what the direction is, what do you hope for this to come out of this all? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want
books.
DC to do? You want more books.
Yes,
more books, less double ups. I mean, if they have to stop doubling up Batman, Detective, Super, which they are actually doing that anyway.
More creators.
Books, diverse titles, more creators. Get Bendis off of at least 60% of the books he's writing now so we can get more voices on books. I think that's it. More books, more creators, more diversity in writing and in story, because right now we're just, you're the villain, and that's everybody. Everybody's doing it.
Personally, what I like is I want more of those flagship books back. That's what I'm looking forward to. I want the Green Arrow to come back. I want Green Lantern to come back. I want the Green Lantern Corps to come back.
Yes.
Deathstroke is being canceled. Well, let's bring him back. You know, let's bring back these books that are missing from the shelves of the racks. You know, get people interested again. Don't drag things out. Come up with a plan. Do something. You know, whatever the case may be.
What I want in addition to that is something they did at the beginning of the New 52 and something they did at the beginning of Rebirth. They lessened the amount of events. As a matter of fact, New 52 didn't have an event for a while, and even Rebirth, like the first year, you didn't have a major event.
It was
now,
one a year. Yep.
Yeah, now they've gotten back to where we just talked about. There's like 5 different events going on all at once, and it's that Marvel syndrome going on. And so I think, you know, kind of taking a step back with that, it makes those things feel more special, and it also gives those individual books time to shine on their own, which we're not getting right now. We're getting this just, you know, rain down on events that are kind of muddying all these books for us, the ones that we do have.
For sure. And I think I had a thought about, well, one thing I think is that, it's only about Batman and Superman. I want it to also be about other characters as well, and them getting the spotlight. And we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. And any other thoughts on that all? Or are we good?
No, I think
we're good.
We're good. Let's just hope for a better and stronger DC in the future. I hope we don't want you guys to think that we're totally ragging on it, but that's kind of our opinion on what we think of DC right now.
I mean, look, Michael's like tired from talking about it so much.
I'm listening.
No, I know you're listening. I'm saying you're tired of talking. Never mind. You lost what I was saying.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching, and hopefully you can watch all our individual YouTube channels as well, and check out, I was going to say Frontline Live, but check out Comic Book Weekly. So that's our new show, and check that out.
Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern on YouTube.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys next week.
Good night, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Leave that image up there, man, while we close it.
Yeah.